Last time on So You Think You Can Fanon, Michael Thomas Freeney had exploded the entire landmass that all of the human race lived on. Jacob, Michael, Matt, and Sergio fought valiantly, but they were defeated. However, two new allies have appeared. Just who could these mysterious beings be?
That's your cue to introduce yourself.
Hi, it's Kieran. I'm the backup guy again.
And my name is Phoenix, the one who's gonna kick Michael Freeney's ass.
Damn, that's based. Unfortunately, I forgot to mention, Michael and Jacob are both fucking dead. Jacob got punched through the stomach, and Michael teleported out of here.
Oh, Jacob,
No,
the donut treatment?
I don't think he teleported out, Matt.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I think he's settling
the
into
console?
his Twitch channel at RoboEqui, streaming right now.
Damn, maybe.
It's not like he ditched us on the time that we said to record in advance. He said he was going to be here
a little later. Anyhow, you could probably tell by the theming of this intro that we are doing a Dragon Ball Z fanfic once again. Sergio, what do we have for them today?
Well, before I say that, I would like to say that if I had a nickel for every time I got ditched for a recording because someone had to go stream, I'd have 2 nickels, which is a really weird amount to have, but I've got 2. And with these 2 nickels, I am going to tell you what we're reading. We have Total Immortal by In My Memory. The subscription reads, what if there were a wish made before Guru died? What if the wish had been for immortality? Complete. Please read. I think he means Goku.
Maybe. No, he means Dende. Dende wishes himself to be immortal.
Author's note, I don't know where or how I came up with this idea, but it just seemed like something that would make a good story. To me, at least. It takes place on Namek, right before Frieza attacks. Hope you enjoy it. Thoughts?
Thoughts being in single quotations. So, non-verbal way of describing when somebody's just thinking instead of speaking. Which is not necessary when you're writing, but, you know, whatever. Are we ready, gentlemen?
Yes.
No,
Oh.
I will never be ready.
Immortality granted. Vegeta stared at Krillin, Gohan, and Dende, panic-faced.
Those backstabbers. After all I did for them, they go and already waste 2 wishes. How could they? I have to stop them before they waste the 3rd wish on something stupid.
Vegeta got up from his position on the ground and started sprinting toward Dende.
Wish for my immortality. Wish for it, you Namek, before I blow your head off.
I love your Vegeta. Vegeta screamed as he reached Dende and lifted him up by the collar of his shirt. The green Namek looked like he was about to have a heart attack on the spot. Do they have hearts? Is that in their biology, Sergio? They're like plants.
I think they have hearts.
You can just record their limbs. So I imagine
But they
the
do
heart
have
attack
blood.
would be much to
They
worry about.
do have blood, so...
Which means they need something to pump it.
That's true. Put him down! Gohan growled at Vegeta.
And just what do you think you're going to do about it, runt?
Vegeta then held his hand up and shot a ki blast at Gohan, sending him sprawling across the ground, skidding to a halt about 100 feet away.
No!
Dende screamed, thinking the blast had killed Gohan.
Now make the wish before I kill him.
Vegeta screamed as he held up his hand and pointed it at Gohan. Pointed it and Gohan, gathering ki for a massive attack.
Okay, just don't hurt him.
Dende then turned to the Purunga. The Purunga? That his name is Purunga.
But
I'm
it's
turning
the
to
Purunga. There are no others.
I'm turning to the Sergio. Sergio, what the fuck? But before he could speak, he felt himself be dropped to the ground. Dende turned around to see Vegeta on all fours, gasping for air, as an angry Krillin stood next to him. Vegeta then leapt to his feet, causing Krillin to stumble backwards.
You should know better than to attack a Saiyan when his god is down. Now you will pay.
Vegeta then put his fist into Krillin's stomach, sending him flying backwards into a mountain. Unconscious. Dende saw his last hope fade away as he watched Krillin get punched. Vegeta then turned to Dende.
Before I can say this, I would like to say how easy it would be to just replace Chris Sabat, because it's so easy to just
Yeah.
Also, did my speaking role just get fucking removed from this?
What was yours?
Krillin hasn't spoken yet.
Yeah, Krillin just hasn't
and
spoken
it sounds
yet.
like he's gonna be out for this section now if he's unconscious.
Maybe. We'll see.
Oh well.
Make the wish for immortality now.
Vegeta screamed. He then started to gather up a massive amount of energy.
Or your friend is going to get it.
Dende thought for a second about his options.
Let's see. If I don't make the wish, Vegeta will kill Gohan and then probably turn on me. If I make the wish, Vegeta would probably kill Gohan but leave me alone. Either way, Gohan is screwed.
An idea then popped into the young Namek's mind.
Okay, I will make the wish for immortality.
Good, you have finally wizened up.
That's wizened up, he just misspelled it. He or she, whoever the author is. Dende slowly turned. What was that?
Should we make a fucking disclaimer that me or Kieran have like never watched Dragon Ball at all?
Oh yeah, that's
Like
a
a
good
good-
point.
So this voice I'm doing for Dende, he just sent me a picture of broccoli, and I'm just going
I think
off
that's
of
what
that.
Dende sounds like,
That's
to be
basically
honest.
what he sounds like, to be honest. Especially in the bang zoom dub. You remember that, Sergio?
I think so.
Okay, hold on. Quick aside. For those who don't know what the bang zoom dub was. Fuck, what country was it from? Was it Malaysia?
Yeah, it's an English dub
Sounds like
produced in
South
Malaysia.
Asian.
Yeah, it's something like that. And one of the funniest lines of dialogue in any Dragon Ball Z dub is from the Bang Zoom dub. When Dende sees Piccolo come up to him and save the day, and he just shouts out, "Big Green!"
No, that's not the Bang Zoom dub. That's the Big Green dub.
Fuck! Shit! What was the Bang Zoom dub?
You
theme
said
then?
it.
I thought that was from the Bang Zoom dub.
No, that's from the Big Green dub. It was a German dub. It's called the Big Green dub because he says, "Let that child alone." Big Green.
Green.
Alright, enough of that inaccurate sidetracking. Dende slowly...
Gohan says it.
Dende slowly turned to face Porunga another time. He was trying to take as much time as possible for Piccolo to arrive, but it seemed like something had distracted him.
Is this Vegeta?
That's Dende, I think.
I guess I need another plan.
Dende slowly lifted his head into the air and stared at Porunga. Imagining his head, like, lifts off of his head physically.
That might work.
Dende thought as another idea popped into his head.
But Gohan might not be happy with it. But it's the only way, and anyway, he can always unwish it later.
He's got wishes to do everything. Just make Vegeta stop being a dickhead.
The dragon
Hurry.
can't do that.
Hurry, boy. My my patience is wearing thin with you.
didn't know-
Vegeta's patience says he's a doctor.
Yeah. This snapped Dende out of his musings. He then opened his mouth and started speaking in his native language to Porunga. When he stopped, Porunga's eyes lit up red, and he said, "Your wish has been granted."
Finally, I am immortal. Ah, ha, ha, ha. Now
Vegeta
your
laughed
friend will
evilly.
pay. Big bang attack.
Vegeta then shot his Big Bang attack at Gohan, engulfing his body. He then stared
That's a
at
real
Dende.
attack. He didn't
Yes,
make that
that's
up.
the real original name. This isn't a meme. He then stared at Dende, who had fear written all over his face.
As for you, green boy, I think I will let you live. For now.
He then flew away at an incredible speed, so fast that he couldn't see the smirk on Dende's face.
What makes you think I wished you to be immortal? All you told me was make the wish for immortality. You didn't say whose.
Dende then walked over to Gohan to find him lying flat on the ground, not a single scratch on him. Gohan slowly stood up, a feeling of power running through his veins. I'll let Kieran be Gohan. He can't just sit there forever. He has to earn his rent.
Whoa, what happened, Dende? He just shot. I don't know what of these sounds
That's
like.
perfect.
There you go.
It's
Roll with
perfect.
it. Roll with it.
Vegeta just shot his Big Bang attack at me, and I didn't even feel it. As a matter of fact, I feel about 10 times stronger now than I was a few minutes ago.
Dende looked at his friend, a slight frown on his face. Gohan picked up on this immediately.
Dende, what's wrong?
Gohan asked, panic evident in his quivering voice.
Well, I don't know how much you are going to like this, Gohan, but I couldn't think of anything else.
Anything else for what?
Gohan asked, now downright terrified at the answer that he knew would be coming, even though he had no clue of what it was. He knew it would be coming, but he had no clue of what it was going to be.
I suddenly feel terrified, but for no reason I can think of. It's not part of it.
Well, Gohan, I don't know any other way to put this. You're immortal. I wish you immortal.
I'm immortal? What are these ways? Fuck, I'm sticking with it. You wish me immortal?
Gohan screamed, anger definite in his weird new voice.
It was the only way. Vegeta would have killed you. It was either wish you were immortal or you be dead.
Dende said, a tear running down his face.
Please don't be mad at me, Gohan, but I understand if you can't forgive me. Anyway, you can wish yourself back to mortal back on Earth.
Dende said that last part with joy in his crying voice as he remembered the other part of his plan. You'd think he would have remembered to calm his friend down with that part.
I can't stay mad at you, Dende.
Gohan said as he grabbed the Namek and hugged him, cheering up the depressed Namek, who thought he had just lost his friend. Even though he hadn't known Gohan very long, Gohan was already his best friend. That's sad.
Thank you, Gohan.
Also, where the fuck did Vegeta go?
This is actually canon to Dragon Ball Z. The second he thinks he becomes immortal, he just fucks off. Literally just leaves. Also,
Chad.
beware headphone users. But this is part of the writing, so I have to do it. Elsewhere. Vegeta stared at Frieza, a grin on his face. Frieza just stared back, wondering why Vegeta wasn't running in fear.
I have a bone to pick with you, Frieza. You destroyed my home planet, you killed my family, and most of my race. You kidnapped me and forced me to be a crony of yours. Now you will pay. And just how do you expect to do that?
Frieza said, his voice scary enough to make the bravest man in the universe turn around and run for the hills. But Vegeta, who wasn't affected at all by it because of his newly found confidence, just let out a small laugh.
Easily, because I am not what I was the last time you met me. I am a hell of a lot stronger, but that is not why I am not afraid. I am not afraid of you because I know something you don't. And just what is that?
Frieza asked in a disbelieving voice.
I am immortal.
And
so how'd y'all like it? Please review and tell me. That was an author's note.
yes. We
This
should leave
isn't
reviews on the
actually
chapters.
horrible. Also, this came on. This is from 2003.
What?
Yes, he
Damn.
updated May 14, 2003, published 2002.
Fuck,
My
dude.
When
God.
did DBZ air?
Not too much earlier than that.
Z aired 1989. It ran from 1989 to 1990.
But
So
when
this
it
is
But that was
rolls
the
in
original
America,
airing in Japan, I think. I don't think it aired at that time in America.
English.
Well, it's hard to say with Yoshi,
19,
though.
it aired 1989 to 90. Oh wait, no, is that the no? That's when is the English air date? Let's see here. Episodes. Oh, here we go. It aired from 96 to 2000.
Okay.
So this was written. When is the July 22nd?
No, 6 years afterwards, because it started in 2002 for the publishing.
Yeah. So it was published in July. So this is he wrote this right between right in the middle of the Boo saga.
Huh. Neat.
Author's note. Well, that sucks. It does. It really does. Well, actually, this isn't too bad just yet. I'll give him that. I complete this entire chapter, and guess what? My cheap computer goes to a blue screen, then freezes up, and then when I finally get to work, I find my entire chapter is erased. Gah! Now back to the story. Thanks to those of you who reviewed. You know who you are. Here's chapter 2 for you. I'm not exactly sure on power levels of the words this time, so if it's a little messed up, but who's stronger? Who you know why. All I know is that at one point Piccolo's is 880,000 and Frieza's is 1 million. And I'm guessing since the Wish also made Gohan about 10 times stronger than he was, he's around 240,000 or something like that. I have no clue where Vegeta's is, so I'm just gonna guess and hope I'm somewhere close.
Fucking
people actually care about that.
Yeah, imagine caring about power levels. Couldn't be any actual fan who stuck around with it. Even Toriyama
1006.
stopped giving
Kick
a
his
fuck about
ass.
them after this arc. Alright. Vegeta versus Frieza. Gohan sensed it, Dende sensed it, even Krillin, whose name is now spelled properly, and had regained consciousness but was still really weak, sensed it. Gohan had a shocked look on his face, turned to Dende. Let's go on.
Gohan.
Oh fuck, that's You didn't tell him, did you? You didn't tell Vegeta that I'm the Immortal One, not him.
Gohan exclaimed, more of a statement rather than a question. Thank you for clarifying that, author. We couldn't tell.
No, he thinks it was him. But if I had told him, he would have killed me. And he would also probably killed everyone else.
Dende said, slightly afraid for Vegeta's sake. Didn't Vegeta kill, like, a lot of Namekians? He killed, like, 3 villages full of Dende's race. Why? What?
What is genocide for 500?
No, that's Frieza. Vegeta just mass murdered.
Oh yes, your everyday run-of-the-mill mass murder.
Dende
where
was
we over here?
speechless. He couldn't think of anything to do. Oh, wait. No, fuck. There we are. Dende said, slightly afraid for Vegeta's sake. And then Gohan.
Well, since he didn't want to die, you pretty much killed him. He's gonna take on Frieza and he thinks he's immortal. He doesn't think he can lose.
Dende was speechless. He couldn't think of anything to do or say. All he kept thinking was,
It's my fault. Vegeta's gonna die, and it's because of me.
God, wait. I keep losing
read
my fucking
ahead,
spot.
Kieran.
I keep losing my fucking spot. Dende,
Gohan screamed to get his attention.
hurry up and heal Krillin. We have Krillin take you to the battle.
And where are you going to go?
Dende asked, slightly afraid because he already knew the answer, but he was praying he was wrong.
I'm going to help Vegeta.
What? You can't do that. You'll be killed.
Dende said, forgetting one important fact. Gohan's face sunk, because even if Dende had already forgotten, he hadn't.
I won't be killed, Dende. I can't be killed. You wish me immortal.
Gohan then took off, searching for Vegeta. Back with Vegeta and Frieza. Vegeta stared at Frieza, a smirk upon his face. He enjoyed the shocked and terrified look that Frieza had, like he'd just been told that he was going to blow up in 10 seconds. Frieza then started to laugh, very slowly. Was that a reference to Krillin getting killed?
I guess.
Slowly at first, but soon it was loud and out of control.
What are you laughing at, you oversized ball of pus? You should be scarred senseless, not laughing. You really think you're
Frieza had to catch his breath from laughing so much.
immortal? Fool. Fool, I'll show you who the fool is.
Vegeta then charged at Frieza. And then can we get the Eric Andre Will Be Right Back theme song right there?
I don't know, editor man, you do it.
Maybe. Gohan flew at top speed over the green fields, faster than he'd ever flown before when he felt it. A shockwave of energy coming from the area that he was heading to. He stopped dead in his tracks as he stared ahead, and he saw red light up the sky. He knew that was where Vegeta and Frieza was, and he also knew that the red was from an attack. He was just hoping beyond hope that Vegeta wasn't on the receiving end of that attack, but somewhere deep inside of him he knew he was. That is the longest way of saying that Gohan is worried about Vegeta. He knew that if he didn't get there soon, the Vegeta would be dead. No, Vegeta would be worse than dead. Frieza would play around with him. He would torture him. He would make Vegeta wish that he was dead. Frieza would injure Vegeta beyond belief. Then he would kill him painfully. There's a lot of fucked up shit for a kid who's like 8 to be thinking about. Gohan was about to start flying again when he saw another blast light up the sky. He then heard screams of pain. All Gohan could do was mouth, "Oh my God."
Oh my God.
No sound coming out of his mouth. That's what it means to mouth something. When sounds did finally come out, only one thing came out in a low whisper.
Vegeta. Ooh.
Back with Vegeta. Pain.
It literally just says pain.
Pain. That was the only word that came to mind as Vegeta fell to the ground.
How can I be in this much pain? I feel like I am going to die, but that's impossible. I am immortal.
Vegeta then felt a sharp pain in his back as a result of Frieza's elbow, which found its way to his spine. Oh man, is Frieza gonna fucking Mortal Kombat fatality him? Vegeta wanted to
paraplegic.
Vegeta wanted to scream out in pain, but he wouldn't.
I will not let myself do that. I will not give this monster the pleasure of me scream. I am a Saiyan. I do not scream. I am the most elite race in the universe. I am the strongest.
Vegeta slowly started to stand up, his left hand clutching his right arm, which had been hit by a massive ki blast. He raised his head to be met by a sneering Frieza. He then looked down slightly at Frieza's hand. A scarred look crossed his face as he saw the gigantic ball of red ki gathering there. With a scream, Frieza released the energy straight at Vegeta, holding back just enough to not kill him. The blast lit up the sky as Vegeta let go off his vow and howled out in pain, only to the amusement of Frieza.
I cannot die. I am immortal.
That is when Vegeta sensed something that he hadn't earlier. He sensed Gohan, but not the old Gohan. He sensed a much stronger Gohan.
But how can that boy be alive? So strong.
Then something hit Vegeta as hard as one of Frieza's punches.
The only way he could have survived is if he was gulp. Gulp. Only if he was immortal. That green ghoul tricked me. No.
Ghoul is spelled horribly wrong. That actually looks like a fucking slur.
I
think he's trying to spell fool, Phoenix.
I thought you meant fool.
Yeah, I think he meant fool because G and F are next to each other on the keyboard.
Oh,
Suspect that he's being racist against aliens.
With Gohan. Gohan landed about 20 feet away from Vegeta, who was on the ground, obviously in pain. About 10 feet in front of him was Frieza, who had a look of amusement on his face. Gohan stared at him in anger. No, he didn't like Vegeta. Well, you could fucking fool me from the fact that they were worried senseless about this guy. But he did respect the man. Slightly. This is very at odds. Vegeta had saved him and Krillin from being speared, and even if they had repaid Vegeta, Gohan still felt that he owed him something. But that was only part of the reason that Gohan was mad. The other part was Frieza. How sick could one man get? Seriously, he had Vegeta beat before the fight started, yet he still decided to torture him. And seeing Vegeta there, in pain on the ground, amused him. He was going to pay.
Boy, you're immortal. Fight him for me.
Vegeta paused.
No, not for me. Fight for your heritage. You are part Saiyan, the most elite race in the universe, and that man killed them. He killed them all without a second thought. He doesn't deserve to live. He is... Shut up, vegetable boy!
Frieza screamed as he shot a ki blast at Vegeta, going straight through his stomach and out his back. Did he?
Vegeta, hold on. Dende is coming.
Gohan then shut his mouth and turned to Frieza, letting his Saiyan side take over? That's not... Huh? Okay, one. The joke that Vegeta is named after the word vegetable isn't an in-universe thing. Why did he reference that?
So, just to clarify, are the Saiyans just space racists?
Saiyans?
No.
Vegeta is... Okay, Vegeta doesn't actually say that the Saiyans are an elite race. He says he is of the most elite class of warriors. Referring to himself. He doesn't call the Saiyans elite, although he does have a lot of respect for them. But mostly it's just him being better than everybody else, not the race being better than everybody else. It's just all off-kilter. Is that the best way to put it? Everything's just fucking
to use the phrase
by like 20 degrees.
Yeah, this isn't bad.
Yeah.
It's kind of... Well, I mean, we're basically just reading what happens in Dragon Ball, essentially.
Yeah, it's just a little weird. I don't know. Whatever. We doing the third chapter?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Author's note. Well, here's my chapter for you all. Hope you enjoy. And in case you're wondering, I'm going to continue this fic all the way to the Cell games, and maybe further with a different storyline. No boo. Depends on how many people want me to.
The Super Saiyan.
Can you please refer to Piccolo as Big Green?
Big Green stared at the green sky in awe. He had just fused with Hammer before he noticed something. I'm referring to the character named Nail, for anybody who doesn't get that
right
joke.
Before you said it.
Well, it really wasn't a something, more like a someone. That someone was Gohan. Gohan's energy felt similar to Green of the Big, but there was a major difference in it than before. He was stronger, much stronger. He had to be at least, like, 15x stronger than the last time he'd seen him.
Author's note, right before Nappa killed Piccolo.
I don't get it.
That's like something you'd have in satire. I love that.
No, because that's not. See, it's funny because he inserted it right in the middle of the sentence, but that's true. I'm pretty sure.
I know, that's what makes it funny. That it's just right there in the middle of the thought. But that wasn't the amazing thing that shocked. Greenest, biggest. It was that even though Gohan was much stronger than before, Big Green could feel his energy rising to limits that could compare with Freezer. Then Piccolo felt Gohan's energy finally stop rising. That is when Green noticed who was right by him. He hadn't felt him because he was too focused on Gohan to even notice. It was Walk-In Freezer. Big Green's heart started pumping faster, and his bottom jaw began to move slightly up and down. Why is this an important detail? I don't know. It felt like ants were tap dancing in his stomach, and his kneecaps were magnetically attracted to each other. He knew that even if Gohan was stronger, he didn't stand a chance. He lacked in fighting experience, and Green Big could tell that Freezer Walk-In wasn't at his full power. This was the first time Big Green had ever felt it, and he knew that he would never want to feel it again. This was, in his personal subjective opinion, the worst thing in the world. This was fear with a capital F.
On the other side of the planet.
Energy was swirling around inside Gohan, waiting to be let free. Gohan hadn't been this mad since Piccolo was killed. Piccolo-san? Oh no, this person watched the Japanese version. That's how he knows about Boo.
Big Green Tachi.
Big Green Tachi.
Gohan knew he was getting stronger. He could feel it in himself. Yet, Freezer looked like nothing was happening.
What? Let's see. Either he is much stronger than I am now, or he can't sense energy. Which could it be? Well, I guess there's only one way to find out.
Gohan charged at Frieza, top speed, and he was surprised when he felt Frieza's stomach meet his elbow. I'm imagining he tried to punch him, and the punch is so far in Frieza's stomach that he's up to the elbow now. Somehow, he'd managed to hit the monster that had almost killed Vegeta. Spit came out of Frieza's mouth, but before he could bend over in pain, the back of Gohan's hand nailed him in the back of his head. Frieza was sent...
What was Never mind. Never mind, I just got confused.
Frieza was sent flying to the ground, leaving a crater 20 feet deep where he landed. He slowly stood up, only to be met by Gohan's foot on the side of his head. This sent Frieza shooting sideways, but before he went 5 feet, Gohan appeared in front of him and stopped him with a ki blast to the head. Frieza regained his composure and landed on his feet, staring at Gohan.
Come on, Frieza. I know you can do better than that. Quit playing around.
So eager to die, are you? Well, get ready to.
Frieza then brought his arms forward, underarms up. He made 2 fists and his muscles began to bulge. In an instant, his armor shattered off and flew toward Gohan.
What? Frieza wears armor?
Yes, he wears the basics of the armor of the Frieza army, whatever. The weird shoulder pad things.
Yeah. Now I remember, yeah.
When he looked at Frieza again, his muscles were twice as big as before, and he was 2 inches taller. But the shocking part was his energy.
2 inches.
How tall is Frieza? He's short, I know that.
You dwarf him, I think.
Is he in first form right now?
Yes. In fact, would he be in second form now? No. He'd be powered up first form.
Frieza is at least what is given immediately on Google is 5 foot. But I know he has different heights depending on what form he's in.
Yeah, what? Wait, he doesn't have a bulked up first form. What?
There is a big muscular Frieza, but I think it's
final form. Yeah, it's final form. What? Where the fuck? What's going on here?
Is he already in? I imagined he was already in final form, but that shouldn't be the case.
You guys are really worried about the continuity of a fan fiction?
Well,
Yes,
no, we're
we
wondering
are.
about the continuity of Dragon Ball because no, this is yes, he is in final form now because fucking this is when Goku would help Vegeta. Remember?
Yeah, where is Goku?
Dead. Not actually dead, but he's recovering from almost being dead. Anyways, yada yada yada, Frieza's energy, getting 2 inches taller. Shocking part was his energy. His energy was horrible. It wrenched Gohan's stomach just to feel an energy that evil. The energy coming off of Frieza was
Pure evil.
But even if Gohan didn't want to sense it, there was no way not to. Even Bulma, who was miles away and couldn't sense energy, could sense the energy. But what made it worse was that Gohan also sensed something else coming from Frieza.
Power.
Why did we spend one of the longest paragraphs of my life describing that Frieza has a slightly longer dick and it looks really gross? Piccolo. Big Green also felt Freezer's energy. It was ecstatic, and the power that went along with it was amazing. It was so strong, it had to be at least twice as strong as Gohan. Why is he getting excited at the thought of Frieza being so powerful? What?
Isn't Frieza right behind him?
Frieza. No, he's flying towards them.
No, because it's what the last time with Piccolo did when Frieza was behind him.
No. He was trying to say that Frieza was next to Gohan.
Oh, okay.
Right now, Piccolo's on the other side of the world, trying to fly around it to get to them. Anyhow, he'd seen Gohan as a son to him, and Kami knows that he wasn't going to let a damn thing happen to him if he could prevent it. Miles away, in a mind of pain, Gohan's point of view.
His strength is just about tripled. He has to be at least twice as strong as me now.
What? Did it triple or double, Gohan?
But I can't let him intimidate me. That's just what he wants to do.
Gohan then looked up to where he'd been, only to find that Frieza was nowhere in sight, as in the construction site.
Oh no, where'd he...
Gohan's unfinished question was answered by an elbow to his back. Gohan was barely able to stop himself and turn around when a fist connected with his face, sending him backwards and shattering his nose.
What, boy? You aren't so strong now, are you?
Oh no. Wait, what?
Gohan's POV.
No, it's what? But the first
It didn't start out that way.
Huh? Oh no. All right, Kieran, you have to narrate now. Sorry, bro.
Oh god. I'm gonna pretend. Okay, I'm gonna pretend that this is what he believes his inner his voice sounds to him in his head. I stared at him, scared on the inside, but a mask of emotionless face on the what? Whatever,
So
but a mask
weird.
of an emotionless face on the outside. God, I can't read. Even if he scared me senseless, I wouldn't give him the pleasure of knowing it. I stared at Frieza again, only to watch him disappear once more, but this time, I was ready. I spun around, throwing a punch that met with Frieza's face, and he appeared where my fist was.
Wait, hold on. Before you continue, Kieran, I need you all to direct to General. So Intel is making automatic sensor software slider.
What was that? Automatic sensor what?
So Intel is making an automatic sensor to detect
It's not a joke.
it'll automatically bleep it out, and there's an N-word slider. Like you can determine what's going to get bleeped out automatically.
I thought this was a meme. You're telling me this is for real?
Yeah, this is a real thing, a real piece of software that Intel is doing.
Jesus Christ.
Racism
Turns
and
all of them on,
xenophobia,
goes on to a
sexually explicit
TF2
language.
community server. Imagine sliding all of them on. You go on to a TF2 fucking TF2 community server.
Oh,
All you hear is just.
Yeah.
Assuming you don't need an Intel processor, because I don't think anyone has one. We should turn all of it on and do an episode of the podcast and just sling all sorts of words and see what gets bleeped out in the end.
That would
Also,
be horrible.
Name calling.
Mhm.
Name calling is. I mean,
Super
I
just
kind
cutting
of
us out of the
understand the other
recording.
ones, but fucking name calling?
Well, I mean, this is like it's like a it's for like the end to decide what is going to get bleeped out of their stream by the AI. I want to know what's on the name calling though. I would like to know. I would like to see the list of like.
Poopy head.
Yeah, fucking. Oh, you peed your pants, didn't you? And it gets fucking bleeped out.
I hope Dunderhead doesn't get bleeped.
You cockring.
I think my favorite thing about this image is that it implies that misogyny and basic name calling are more egregious and important things in the list than the N-word.
Yeah, I'm seeing here. The program called Bleep uses AI processing on onboard Intel Power PCs to remove the slurs before you have to hear them. No, this is for voice chat, so you don't have to hear people insulting you.
Mm-hmm.
Stupid.
Literally, just mute them.
Yeah,
Mute
Bleep
them.
it, recognize and immediately.
You know what the
remove
best thing is? Is that to test it, they would have to be screaming that and everything.
Yeah,
Like in the sound poof.
What you'll hear when a word is redacted remains unclear, but you'll be able to control how much toxic language is. What categories include misogyny, swearing, ableism, and body shaming, white nationalism, the N-word, among many others.
This is fucking stupid.
These are made by the same people who have the vote to mute option in servers. When there's a fucking mute option built into the game.
Why we went AMD. Team Red.
Woo!
All right, back to our weird.
We're gonna keep it in or we're
fanfiction.
gonna cut it out?
Sergio, it
No,
is
we're
you.
keeping that
You dare hit.
Yes, you dare hit me? Ah!
Still you narrating, Kieran, unfortunately.
Alright. Frieza screamed as a giant ball of ki erupted from his mouth. There was no blocking it. All I could do was stand there and hope the blast didn't rip right through. Does Gohan forget he's immortal?
Yeah.
When the blast impacted upon me, all I felt was more pain. More pain than I thought was humanly possible. There was no way anybody had ever felt that much pain before without dying. A giant white light then blinded. Wait, what?
What the fuck?
I guess Gohan decided to speak in third person
I
Yeah.
guess.
What,
and
Mom?
fell on the ground.
Well, that takes care of him.
Frieza said as he started. This person, why? Sorry, Frieza said as he started to walk towards Vegeta. I slowly started to stand up, even though everything in me was telling me to stay down, telling me to accept.
Except. As in, accept that one. But.
Accept my defeat and just lie on the ground, but I wouldn't give up. I couldn't give up, or else they would die. Frieza would kill Vegeta, and then Dende and Krillin when they arrived. I had to stop him. I am not done, I said between gasps of air.
What? How can you still be alive? Well, no matter. No, don't you know when to stay down, boy? You have no chance of beating me. Just give up.
I am Son Gohan, son of Son Goku. I was trained to be great by the great green man. I am a Saiyan. I am part of the mightiest race in the universe. I will never give you up.
Oh no, Vegeta said the N-word around
him
Gohan too
racist.
many times.
Vegeta said the N-word
Felt
never
energy
around Gohan
surging
too
through my
many
body.
times.
I knew that
Yeah.
I did knew that I did bring it out soon that I would explode. I was shaking from all the energy as a golden aura started to form around me. I could feel the hair standing up and my strength rising higher and higher. It was much higher than Frieza.
I think it's Vegeta talking here.
Impossible. Super Saiyan?
A weak voice from the sidelines muttered. Yeah, Vegeta is fucking weak. Fuck him. Sergio, read the author's note.
I changed my mind on this chapter halfway through it and decided I was gonna have Gohan be the first Super Saiyan. Hope you liked it. Review, please. Where is Goku? He hasn't explained why Goku hasn't showed up.
Can I just say that is the least surprising statement I've ever heard from an author's note?
Well, I love how it says from his POV, and then just partway through it, he just forgets it.
All right. I think we've
Wanna
hit
leave it
a
out on
good
the
point
hanger.
to go ahead and call it there and discuss. Do we want to take a break or do we want to just go straight into discussion?
Let's go straight into discussion.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
that was like a 5 out of 10.
Yeah. I'm interested in seeing where it goes, but it's already flubbing.
Yeah, this isn't a very interesting AU or concept. I see the next chapter is Goku, so at least he's not completely forgetting about him,
Yeah.
I guess.
You want to take a break from it? I think I gotta take the dog outside.
Yeah, if you just mute yourself, and then, how long will you be?
Hopefully not too long. I might not. I don't know. The dog's looking at me. That usually means he wants something.
I mean, we
Sorry.
can just continue.
Yeah, we'll just keep going while
you're
you're gone.
Yeah. Hopefully it won't be too long.
So, Phoenix, as someone who's never, ever seen a single thing of Dragon Ball, how do you feel?
Why didn't the funny broccoli turn yellow? Honestly, isn't that what the show is all about?
You know what?
No,
That's a good point.
Not everyone can become yellow, unfortunately. That's not how it works.
Damn.
Yeah, the broccoli doesn't have hair to get yellow anyways.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Piccolo does become a Super Namekian, though, at some point.
A super Namekian? I
It's
don't
not-
even know what a Namekian is. I'm guessing it's what a Piccolo is.
Yes.
Yes, it's what Piccolo and Dende are Namekian. They're on the planet of Namek. They're
Okay.
home.
Okay, so there's just a planet full of pickles. Got it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, originally Piccolo was a demon, and then
And Toriyama was like,
what's it called?
nah. he's an
Toriyama decided
alien.
to go for the sci-fi angle rather than the fantasy angle.
Mm-hmm. This was,
Interesting.
yeah, like we said, this was like a 5 out of 10. I probably wouldn't read it to the end. It's just weird. I don't think the idea of making Gohan the Super Saiyan is a good idea. I think him just being immortal is interesting enough.
I was gonna say, Goku isn't ever referred to as a Saiyan in the original, right?
Nope.
He's just like a monkey kid.
Yeah, in fact, the concept of Saiyan didn't exist until the first bit of Dragon Ball Z.
Yeah, I figured that Dragon Ball kind of lived in fantasy, and then he switched it over to like sci-fi.
Oh, hey though.
Mhm.
I didn't realize it's still muted.
Yeah, welcome back.
That didn't
As
take
someone
long.
who's never seen a single thing of Dragon Ball, how did you think about it, Kieran?
Honestly, you could tell me this is a transcript of the show, and I would have believed you.
It for the most part is what happens. It's just written.
Yeah, it's just very nonsensically written. Like Dende does not give a fuck about Vegeta. In the show, Dende is actually like, I don't care if Vegeta dies. He actually doesn't even heal him when Vegeta is dying in his hands because he hates Vegeta so much. But I think this concept for a fanfiction would actually be really interesting. This is something I would almost want to write myself, it's so fascinating to have Gohan be the Immortal. Could go so many different ways, but it's
What did Dende wish in the original story?
something useless, I think.
Endless supply of sensu beans. That's the other thing I know about it.
Because he doesn't wish everybody back to Earth yet. He wishes them back later. I don't know what happens to that last wish. I just can't remember. Maybe... No, that's right. They never get the last wish. Because, the Guru dies. That's what happens in the original. Guru dies of old age and they can't use the last wish. At least I think that's what happened. I feel like that's what happened.
Wish for more wishes.
Oh yeah, Guru's a character, isn't he?
Yes, he is. He is not just an amalgamation of... Not amalgamation, some figment of the imagination from TFS. He's an actual character.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so... Yeah, I don't think I have too much else to say about this fan fiction other than it just kind of sucks.
Yeah, not
Sorry,
terribly
guy.
interesting.
It's not the worst thing we've read.
It's not aggressively horrible. It's just bland. Very blasé. Other fancy words to describe things with no texture or flavor.
Milk toast. Lukewarm.
Yes, milk toast, which ironically has nothing to do with milk or toast.
Well, I guess I can ask you, Matt, since this is about the Saiyan. What is your general thoughts on the Saiyan saga as a whole?
I think the Saiyan saga is actually really interesting for all of Dragon Ball. I think Toriyama experimented a lot with power levels and big things that would become a part of shonen history, particularly big fights with lots of curb stomps, followed by a training arc. Rinse and repeat ad nauseum until the end of the series.
Yeah, I was really like digging the Saiyan saga. The Cell saga is my favorite, but I was really digging the Saiyan saga, especially because like I'm a big Vegeta fan, and I like it when Vegeta's just going around in this arc and just like murdering people. It's the best.
Yeah, Vegeta's a really interesting character because he was written at a time when villains getting redeemed didn't happen in general, but Vegeta is one of the most, I'd say, well-written redeemed characters in fiction, at least up until end of Cell saga, because he's just interesting to see his journey through the time. Actually, no, I would take that back. His best moment is in the Buu saga, where he sacrifices himself.
Yeah, he's got a pretty good redemption arc.
And not to mention, he's just an interesting character.
Yeah.
What, Phoenix?
For a second, I thought you said Frieza, and I was like, I thought Frieza is always a bad guy.
Well, Frieza has also now had a redemption arc some 30 years.
Sort of, kind of.
He's more like a cartoon villain now than anything else.
Yeah, he's become so outclassed by the main characters at this point that he's just kind of like on the side.
Yeah. And that's probably my biggest problem with most of Dragon Ball is once you fall off the power scaling curve, you never get back on. You're fucked after that.
There is just no real place for baseline humans in Dragon Ball anymore. You just can't compete.
There's no place for people who aren't new characters getting introduced or not Saiyans.
Yeah. Because just lore-wise, if you're not a Saiyan, then you're useless. Unless of course, you're like a Kai or a destruction god.
And even then, they're already starting to get kind of phased out.
Those are the same things, aren't they? No, they're not.
No, the Kais are not destruction. Yeah.
Yeah. I think of angels. I guess Kais are also kind of powerful. Not as powerful as those two.
Kais are fucking weak as shit. They were already outclassed by the beginning of the Buu saga.
Yeah. No, I meant because they kind of look like, I think Angels and Destruction.
Yeah.
I don't know what the fuck is going on.
Fucking Super's a weird mess of a story. It kind of throws a lot of good stuff out the
Ties,
window.
angels.
Okay,
What was it? Death gods.
Okay, so basically, so every, if I'm correct, every universe has like Kais that are like sort of kind of god beings that like look over things.
They're basically the Guardians, the management crew.
Yeah, and then there are destruction gods, who are like the most powerful thing in existence because they have a thing called Hakai, where they just put their hands out, they say Hakai, and you just annihilate. There is no defense against it. You're just gone. And I can't remember what exactly their purpose is. They're just gods of destruction that just like mediate over their universe and stop people from getting too powerful.
I will never forget when the Super movie came out, and it was like the first new Dragon Ball canon thing that had ever happened. Battle of the Gods.
Or
And
Broly.
they thought his name wasn't Beerus, the first god of destruction we meet. They thought his name was Bills.
And then there are the angels, which are the attendants of the destruction gods, who basically keep them in line.
Yeah.
And then I think, isn't there like a super duper supreme Kai that is like above everyone else that runs the destruction tournament of power?
I think I'm
it's
just
Zeno?
gonna have to watch it to understand because I'm.
Zeno, and Zeno is like the supreme god who stands above everyone. He's like this little purple kid man, and everyone just kind of plays to his like whims and what.
Mm-hmm. Super is dumb. I think Battle of Gods was a good movie. I can't remember.
I don't know. I like all the lore that's.
The lore is
I
interesting. I think the execution left a lot to be desired.
I mean, I haven't seen it, but from the general just like fleshing out of like the worlds and like the different universes and stuff, I think it's.
Yeah. Anything else we should cover before we close out?
I think we should end it on Hit's famous line. All right, it's time to make the donuts.
Make the donuts.
What?
Goodbye.
I prefer. What is it? Fucking crepes? No. I don't
You'll
know.
have to find that out next time on So You Think You Can